You ready?
Ready.
Ready? What take is this?
7A.
Oh,
It's because I'm short, you know.
Ready?
Ready.
Let's go.
Let's go. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Hello, everybody.
Greetings.
Greetings. Hope everybody's having a wonderful time. I will not say welcome to our second video because this will be our second video. We're just going to say welcome back and welcome to our next video.
Exactly.
We're going to start using the word next because we don't know what order we're doing this in, which is fine because we enjoy making them and we're hoping
that you enjoy them too,
as well as we enjoy
make them
for you. So, what are we going to get into this week, Eleanor?
Let's talk about the impact of parental control and what happens when the kids get older and they start questioning their identity and psychological impact of what's happening.
Okay, so right now, Meghan's starting to tease her kids a lot more on Instagram.
We're seeing more and more.
And everybody is doing great videos on YouTube that we are watching about what's going on and how she's going to monetize them and how she's sneaking them and she's teasing. Hey, new picture of a little bit, and it's her finger.
The back of her head, her hair.
Ridiculous.
Archie.
And people are going to like the daily things, but we're actually going to do a Dr. Phil-esque episode about what's going to happen to these kids as they get older. We understand, believe me, there's stuff going on every freaking day, but these kids are going to have a very lacking teenage to adult years because of what's going on and how they're being raised right now.
I don't think they're getting the emotional connection and that emotional support that you need to mature.
And to have a happy, full life.
Yep.
And that's what we're going to be discussing in this episode. So we're going to sort of equate Meghan to somebody who was famous, who used children to get more attention. And who is that, Eleanor?
Well, let me get out my no wire hangers. No wire hangers ever.
Are you talking about the dry cleaning guy?
No wire hanger!
Yes.
Actually,
Mommy Dearest.
Mommy Dearest. And we're going to call it
Mama.
Mama Dearest. Mama Dearest.
Mommy.
That is Joan Crawford. And Joan Crawford was a great actress. Her movies are incredible. True. But as she unfortunately started getting older and younger actresses came along, her star started to fall. And she adopted 2 children. One child, Christina, wrote a book, Mommy Dearest.
Yep.
And it gave her some notoriety, like, Christmas with the Crawfords, things like that. And then when those 2 kids started getting a little older, she adopted twins. They're not twins. They were real children, but they were adopted at the same time, but I do not believe they were biological twins. And she did that to get notoriety.
Not because she wanted a child and she wanted to raise a child. The child, I hate to say this, but were they props? Were they?
And it sort of reminds him what Meghan Markle are propping her children. And everybody's talking about it, but okay, and it's scary. Are they in a healthy household now? Because we know manic Meghan. What can I do to make myself relevant today? Like, oh, it's Charlotte's birthday. I got to put a video out. Or it's Louis' birthday, so now I have to tell you that Archie lost 2 teeth or has a loose tooth or something like that.
It's always keeping up with the Joneses, keeping up with the Prince and Princess of Wales.
So we're going to discuss the effects, what's going to happen, and how there might be some real Dr. Phil moments in these kids' futures. So I think the first thing we're going to talk about is the actual royal family.
Okay.
Okay, Elle.
Talk to me, Goose.
Talk to me, Goose.
If I found out that my grandfather was the King of England, and my uncle is the future king, and my lovely aunt is the queen, and my cousins could have been prince and princesses, and I never got to play with them.
And nobody told me this growing up, and they kept me in the dark. How would you feel?
I would feel like I'm not happy with who I am.
And
Who is the only royal person that they're being told about?
Princess Diana.
And and it's okay to have a formal. There is a formal picture of Princess Diana, and it had like one of the kids touching it, where she's in the crown or whatever.
It was a portrait,
It
yeah.
was and
A
it was a
formal
beautiful
portrait.
portrait. And that's fine. But do they have any of Diana in her jeans, or hanging around the house, or playing the piano with the kids, or teaching them how? No, Meghan keeps walking by the picture. She says, "Is it that's your mama? That's your
That's your
grandmother,
grandmother.
Princess Diana?" And it's like, okay, so the kids know about her, but what are they getting back from that?
They looking at a picture.
And stories can be manipulated because, as we well know, Diana was not perfect by any means. I think she had a good heart with the
Yes.
landmine victims and the AIDS victims, but like, she was not perfect by any means, and she did her share of.
It takes two.
Because
Yep.
she's a human, but is she being portrayed as a human?
No, she's being portrayed as an idol, as somebody, a force.
A force who's better than King Charles, a force that's better than the whole royal family. We all know that Harry has an issue with Diana. He thinks, and I understand when you're a little kid, your parents can do no wrong, more or less. But as you grow up, you realize your parents were human and they did the best they could. They're not hearing that about Diana. They're just saying, this is what we're going to be. And your mom's the reincarnation. Oh, how weird is that? Oh,
Princess
Diana.
Diana.
Like,
oh my
that's really weird.
gosh, not even close.
So by not even having the kids talk to King Charles, who, if he's an adult, would not say really bad things about Princess Diana. He could just say our marriage didn't work out and still say all the lovely things that she did. She's not hearing stories from Prince William about the time that Meghan Markle, that their mother took them and they all fell in the mud and got dirty.
Skiing.
And riding the bikes.
Going to Africa.
Visiting her family.
Yep.
They're not getting those stories. They're getting that Princess Diana was God, Jesus, and Princess Diana. Like,
yep.
And it's unrealistic. And those kids have to live up to this level of, nobody can live up to that level. The pressure of them. But like Princess Diana, like, what were there times when Princess Diana went to set up the Christmas tree and it all fell over because she did too many balls on one side? They're not going to hear those stories.
No.
They're just hearing of every outstanding thing she did.
And not the reality of what it is like to be a real person.
So they're getting their stories from one set. But when you have extended family, you hear it from different sets. Diana's siblings could be telling funny stories about them. Camping and the tent fell in on them or something like that. They
have no contact with the Spencer family. They have no contact with the Wales. They have no contact with King Charles or William and Catherine.
And even King Charles's siblings, when they met Diana, I'm sure they did some fun stuff to Nancy at the discos. That was big back in that day. Like, why? So they're not hearing that, and it's wrong. Yes, and it's horrible that they're not playing with the princesses. It's horrible that they're not going over to London. I think we know more English history than they do.
Yep, you're right.
They don't. I mean, it's okay that they don't live there, but come on, like and their sense of identity has been cut in half, and then cut in half after that because they don't know the Markle side of anything.
Only Doria. Doria's the only Markle side.
And what's she talking about? Prison?
Oh gosh. Yep.
Abandoning your child? Like, that's not, and I'm not saying that's not Meghan's fault, but like, come on. Like, so besides the fact that they could be riding around in a coach with horses and going to a coronation and seeing this spectacular stuff from the balcony
of Buckingham Palace and just experiencing growing up in a royal
and
household.
how much the royal family is loved
Yep.
by England. Yes.
All over the world. They're
Like-
the most famous royal family in the world.
So they're 3 and 5 still continuously. Whether it's like Bart Simpson.
They never age.
He keeps turning 8 every year. Like that's you know. But Elle, it's just so sad because I just found out I have a little bit of a family history, like this much. Oh my god, that's kind of cool. If I found out, whatever. So they're just denying them a whole lot of their heritage. They're denying them part of their personalities, where they got certain traits from. They are just being denied that, and those kids, it's going to be kind
You
of
think
sad.
there's going to be any kind of psychological development issues?
Okay, Eleanor.
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Oh,
Think so.
okay.
I do think so. Okay,
And
Elle,
we're not psychiatrists or psychologists,
we
but
only play them on TV. Eleanor, when you went to your family's house for a holiday and all your cousins were there, and some of them are crazy, some of them are fun, how fun was that?
it was a lot of fun.
Besides only your 2 parents who would tell you, when they had time, that they loved you or something like that, when you go over and all your aunts and uncles are hugging you, they're so happy to see you, even if it was like twice a year, once or twice, and your cousins are there, they're all like your same age, and you got to go up in their room and play, and how fun was that?
It was a lot of fun. And the sense of community, the bigger family, the bonds. We still have our family gatherings, and I get to see all my cousins who I haven't seen. And we get to touch base and find out what's going on in our lives.
You hear the stories like when your mom was this and when your dad was that. Like, even if you don't get along with, like, all right, your real parents are not joyful to see you every day. They love you, but they're not joyful every day because they work hard and everything. But like when they even see your cousins, they're like, oh, they like my cousins more than me. But Elle, it's so wonderful to have that. And they may have loving nannies in the Markle house, Sussex. I can't say that word.
Sussex.
Household. Those nannies,
They're not giving the same.
and it's not for lack of the nannies being good nannies.
No, it's they have their own family heritage. They don't have the Markle or the
Spencer or the Wales.
The Wales.
They don't have it.
No.
And it's so
the Windsors.
And having family, and not that you will go to them, but you can if you have a problem. It's great emotional support because if they hang out with, just say, William's kids, and William's kids go, oh, my dad, he hates when we listen to rock music. I'm just making that up. And they're like, oh, our dad hates that too, because they're brothers and things are, or my dad made sure we learned how to ride bikes. Our dad did that too. It's like an emotional bond. Like, oh, it's kind of cool that we have the same family traditions, same things happen because our fathers are siblings. It is a true wonderful feeling. You know, like I don't see you every day, but we're the same.
Or relating. Somebody that you have something in common with.
Exactly. And like when they get a little, like my cousins moved to Allentown when we were little. So we used to send tapes, cassette tapes. We would record messages and mail them.
Oh my gosh.
Because like that's how much we miss them. And they were, and if your parents are responsible, like my aunt and my uncle would not say anything negative about my parents, even if they were having their personal problems. And they were when I was young. I never knew about it. I just knew I got to see my cousins. I don't know. Did you have the same thing?
Yep. Summers. I summered in Cunchy. My grandfather had a pool, and 32 grandchildren would come down for the summer.
All right, we're going to give you a word. Conshohocken.
Cunchy.
Conshohocken is an area outside Philadelphia. She grew up there.
I grew up in Plymouth
actually
Meeting.
Worked there. Plymouth Meeting. Well, we'll give you Plymouth Meeting. Yes, definitely.
But my parents were from Cunchy. Conshohocken.
Conshohocken, but we call it Cunchy.
Conshohocken.
It's Indian for something.
The place by the Wawa. I don't know. No, it's
But-
by the Schuylkill River.
Spell Schuylkill.
Schuylkill.
We can't spell it. We lived here our whole lives. We can't
Nobody
spell
knows.
It's an Indian word. Nobody knows how to spell Schuylkill. I swear to gosh.
Can't do it.
But it's just a real community feeling, and they're not having it. Okay. The other thing is, by them only showing them a picture of Diana, and not having them talk to other family members, the narrative is fixed. It's whatever Meghan and Harry want them to do. Catherine, your Aunt Catherine's a psycho. Your Uncle William is mean.
He pushed me into the dog bowl and broke my necklace.
Yeah, necklace.
Okay.
What man says necklace? Let's just go with that. But I'm just like, they're controlling the narrative, and that's not right either. Because as responsible parents, you're neutral.
Yep.
And okay. So Eleanor.
So what are some of the emotional and psychological effects that?
Okay, so all right. The first one is belonging and identity. Both sides of the family, they have no idea who they are because it's being very controlled and manipulated. There's also a feeling of abandonment.
Isolation.
Yeah. Yeah. Why do I not hang out with my cousins? Why do my aunts and uncles hate me so much?
Why won't they come and visit? Why can't I go and visit them?
Like, what did they do to you that was so bad?
Oh, these poor children. Oh, the psychological impacts, the emotional support.
And growing up, there's a lot of challenges in life, especially in your tween years. My mother did not have a problem at all with me hanging out. I have a lot of girl cousins my age. And oh my gosh, like we would talk just because you don't see them all the time, but you told secrets, not like I robbed a bank secret, but
you learned coping skills from.
I learned how to shave my legs from my older cousin. I don't go above the knee if you have blonde hair. I never knew that.
You learn these things that you don't learn from your parents.
And because they're your family, they don't have ill will towards you. So that's also sad. The other thing is, and I feel the worst for a little bit. Actually, I feel bad for Archie because apparently Archie, they're saying now that Archie is like a second thought, and Meghan has been concentrating on Lilibet. Like, I want Archie to be raised to make sure Lilibet's okay. Do you remember when that family portrait, when she was born, Christmas card? Meghan's like, now our family's complete with Lilibet.
Oh, so it was not complete
with Archie? Like that kid is going to need serious therapy.
Both of them.
But like Lilibet, okay, she's not going anywhere where people are hugging her out of pure joy of seeing their niece or granddaughter. She's not being embraced by her cousins, like, because you automatically, even if your cousins are weird or different, she's not going to have that. Where is she going to find those bonds, Elle?
Well, right now with the nannies, but then in the future, boyfriend,
the first guy who
friends.
Drives up to her in a pickup truck that says, "Oh, you're really nice." The first guy to whisper sweet nothings into her ear. She's going to be one of those statistics, if I can say statistics.
If she's allowed out of the house.
Well,
oh gosh.
I'm like, he's going to be seeking emotional support from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not filling it with love from family and people, where are kids these days finding love and family and what is it? Company. Like, oh, those kids are on the corner every night.
Or online. Oh gosh. And now they've got this parental support, what do you call that?
Group that they don't even know what it's for.
No. And apparently, that keeps changing.
It's supposed to be anti-bullying. Now it's like buying stuff online. Yeah, figure out what that's for. But guess who's going to be the top two people on those lines? Because, oh, and by the way, is Meghan reading the books over videotapes or they're watching it basically online?
And how much time are Meghan and Harry at home with the children? She says how much she wants to be at home with the children, but I don't see it.
Exactly. So what's going to happen when Lily and Archie get older and meet significant others? Let's just have them watch our Jane Pauley interview to see how loving parents react towards each other. Let's just do that. But they're learning to be isolated. They're learning not to trust anybody. They're learning not to embrace what is. They're learning that they have to be 100% perfect, 100% all the time. Is that not just like a recipe for disaster? And without making fun of Meghan Markle's mental agility right now, she does have her issues, and we're not going to be mean.
No.
She's OCD. She's manic. She's obsessive. She has a lot of issues that
she's a narcissist.
And if she's the only human being that these kids are seeing,
are
they not going to emulate her?
So they're getting all of their cues for how to behave, how to react, how to thrive, what to do from Meghan and has H, because he's just a letter
of the alphabet.
This is an H.
So those kids, they are already in the negative right now. And
are they going to have social skills? Are they going to be able to adjust to a social society?
Job interviews, school paper, like making friends at school.
Do they know how to?
I mean, if Archie has a 5th birthday party or 6th or whatever, and it's signed HRH.
Are they even going to know what that is?
Like, with your friends, you're not HRH. You're Meghan and Harry and Archie.
Ugh.
I mean, if they do that, the kids are going to come over. The parents are going to be like, don't talk, don't mess up, don't have fun. Just like the parents sending their kids over, like, behave. Those kids, are they going to have a water gun battle with water balloons and all that?
Oh my gosh.
Or a pie eating contest or something, like, get messy. It's just not going to happen. And it's a sin. It's a sin and a shame. And we just really have deep concerns that, you know what? When you're born, you don't raise a child. You raise an adult. And if these kids are starting to show signs, which I'm not saying they are because we don't know anything.
We don't know that.
But the odds are
they're going to have some developmental issues.
This is where you do it now and fix it. But some people are so selfish that it's not going to happen. Hey, Mom, why did you never take my picture without a jar
in front of my face? Why did you send out a picture of a big flower in front of my face? Why don't we ever see our faces?
Why didn't you say our family was complete when it was just me?
And it's okay for us to see Meghan's face, but not like, and then they wanted their kids out of the limelight. They wanted to raise them privately, yet now we're just seeing a pinky here, some hair here, an ear. Why?
I don't know. So, and I think Archie's still a little young, but maybe when he turns like 8-ish, he's going to start questioning. And he's going to start realizing, I'm only getting information from 2 people. And it's really weird that everything is negative and how this family wants to destroy us. And wow, it's really weird that the rest of the world, except for like 600 other Sussex squad people, think that the family's okay. The family's okay.
So the role models are Meghan and Harry. And are they role models? I mean, they're their parents, but
not every parent is a role model, unfortunately. And we're hoping behind the scenes, but like, again, you don't see the kids playing out. The only person a little bit runs with is Meghan on that field with the trees, shadows going one direction and their shadows. So that wasn't.
And that's mommy and daddy.
That wasn't altered, was it? All that wasn't altered.
Not at all.
Right. So we're just concerned. We just don't want those kids to have to go into therapy because Dr. Phil is off the air.
So where are they going to go to therapy? And are they going to be able to go to therapy? Harry claims that he believes in psychological therapy and getting that support. But does Meghan? I mean,
no, I don't know.
We don't know.
So, I mean, the kids are going to start questioning, like, why did you keep us away from both sides of the family? Like, why were you telling us that all these people were bad when, like, my cousins are so nice?
Yep. And here they are, I lost my teeth, my front tooth, and now Louis lost his front teeth. And that's something where you go and compare that with your cousin. Oh yeah, I lost my
How much
front
did
tooth.
you get from the tooth fairy?
Yep. Did you? Oh gosh.
Back in my day, we got a quarter. I don't know what
I think I got $1.
Dang, my tooth fairy. And then I I always thought they built all the furniture out of cheese. You're like,
Oh my God.
then I found out she had a magic wand and you tapped it and then it turned into a piece of furniture. That's how it is. So again, this is just about the concern about the kids. We are concerned about them.
Yep.
And
What's going to happen in their future? And are they going to know about their relatives, about their grandfather, about their aunt, their uncle? And that saddens me because, oh my gosh, my Aunt Susan, my Uncle Tom, oh, I just loved them. They were my godparents, and they were so special to me. My Aunt Susan is still, she's an amazing aunt. And I learned things from Aunt Susan that I didn't learn from my mom.
my godmother, Penny, sorry, I got to say this. There was 4 siblings in my family. She was my godmother when she turned 19. When I turned 19, I was the godmother of her son. But my godmother, Penny, oh my God, she treated me like I was an
Like
only
you're
child.
Special.
Oh,
They make you feel special.
yeah. And like I just got my birthday card from her, and she's like, "You're the best." I mean, I'm 26 now. No, I'm just joking. But like always the best goddaughter. And you know what? I hold that over my siblings' heads. Like I got the best godmother. Like it's my self-confidence after spending a day with her was so boosted. I could conquer anything.
And the social skills you're building, the sense of belonging, the sense of self. It's huge because Aunt Susan and Uncle Tom, they made me feel so special. And I felt special with my own parents, but having my Aunt Susan and my Uncle Tom, it's priceless.
Penny, priceless. My cousins in Allentown, priceless.
So are Lila Bucks and Murchie ever going to
have that?
It's sad. I hope they do. I don't know because they're isolated, and it's scary to think about what their future is going to be like.
Especially when we know that Meghan has her issues and she's always on the warpath.
And she has to control everything.
And how much is diverted for her to hug the kids and just say they're wonderful. And, you know, what's his face? Harry is fighting every court for his fake security.
Gosh.
So we're not even going to get into that in this one. But we're just concerned for them, and we really hope the two of them wake up and do what you want to do, the two of you. But oh my God, please let those kids meet their cousins on one side of the family at least.
Please.
Like, come on, please. Because we don't want to see Lily 15 and pregnant or on Teen Mom on MTV because it's still going strong. And we don't want to see like Archie and Hoarders or something like that because we want these kids to be healthy and happy. We just want them to be healthy and happy. Do you? Okay, what is it, Elle? What's our word of the day?
I think it should be family.
So simple and yet so deep.
Profound.
Yeah, okay. Family.
Family. The importance of family.
You wrote it a little too late. The importance.
But no, family. That's what it's all about. And family is so important. I lost my parents. You did too. And yes. I'm so glad I have my sisters, my brother, my Aunt Susan, my other cousins.
Yeah, because I still have. Together.
Yep.
We get together.
I get together with
her sibs.
Yep. We go out. We spend holidays together. We celebrate birthdays. We text each other.
Are you euphoric? Is that how you say the word?
Euphoria?
Yeah, but ick.
Ick.
Are you euphoric?
Yes.
When you're done? Like you
get
like
excited. So you get energy. You give energy to your family and you get energy. And they're always there and they support you. And that's so important. I just wonder what kind of support are these kids getting?
I'm actually going to cry.
Oh.
I'm actually going to cry.
One tear, left eye.
Go.
All right. On that note.
Everybody, just say a prayer or say a mantra or say something.
Call Dr. Phil. Ring-a-ling-a-ling.
I do watch Dr. Phil. Okay, everybody. Okay.
Oh, look at you.
I try. Anyway, thank you for watching this episode and stay tuned for our next episode. Please hit like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Have a good one. Bye-bye.